All right, Zach, thank you very much for joining and to have this conversation around Web3 and the physical security industry. So if you would, just give a quick introduction. I mean, I know you well, and you know me well enough, but let's say for new people that don't know you, give a little bit of background of who you are and sort of what you're doing now, and especially too as it relates to the Web3 and the physical access control industry.
Sure. So my name is Zachary Klares. I've been in the security industry for about 10 years now, in a couple of different roles, a few different companies, primarily product management, business unit management around electronics, hardware, and locking.
And when it comes to Web3, sort of what have you been doing, or like, you know, is it's been a hobby? Or are you like overly interested in it? How long? Give a little bit of background of where, like, how it fits with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I've probably been utilizing blockchain technology most commonly, obviously, in like cryptocurrencies or NFTs, pretty much since about 2013. So I guess you could consider it a little bit of an early adopter. I was inspired by the concept of Bitcoin. It was obviously much cheaper back then. Kind of the story, the icebreaker I tell is that, you know, I totally believed in it as the future of currency in 2013. And back then, you almost couldn't use it for anything. It was just kind of a cool thing to have. And, you know, the price would go up a little bit. And at that time, it's like, you know, $100, maybe less than that, I think. So bought some of it, and finally you could start using vendors to buy things. And one of the first ones was actually Newegg. And I really wanted the new Xbox. It just came out, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself a little bit. I made like, you know, $100 here. I'm gonna go buy the latest Xbox. So my claim to fame is I might.
Well, what price was it at? What price was Bitcoin at that point?
Yeah, so I think it was at like $80, maybe something like that.
So that's the most expensive Xbox ever.
Yeah, so my claim to fame is I might own the most expensive Xbox ever in real terms. Now, obviously. So yeah, $80. So it was probably like $500 is what. So it was like 5 Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin was at 60 something thousand, that was yeah, a tough pill to swallow. But yeah. So the fact that we're still having this conversation today means that none of my Bitcoin investments actually worked out. They all turned into the future of currency. But I believed in it. It didn't turn me off the technology. Obviously, you know, the cool thing was it worked, right? I was able to buy this digital currency. I was able to use it to buy something. It arrived at my door. I'd used it, you know, and that was how it was supposed to work. And it was flawless. So that was pretty cool. Obviously, Bitcoin's kind of evolved a lot now. It's more seen as a store of value, less as actually like a transaction item for goods. But I've kind of followed that story all the way up through, you know, Ethereum and the NFT craze and stuff like that. And it's just been really interesting to see how all the technology is based and the innovation based off of the concept of blockchain has really evolved since I've been using it. So
yeah, so on that, so how would you define blockchain? Say I'm somebody that doesn't know what it is at all, or new to it and just interested, but how would you define it?
Yeah, so I actually kind of take a step back. So a blockchain is a specific